Hey, how's it going? This is Dan with the shop at AAC, and today we're going to show you how to do a transmission service on a 2011 Ford F-250. So let's get started. You're going to want to locate the transmission pan. We are in the front of the truck right now, and there is our transmission pan. Typically it's located right behind the oil pan.
Right there.
So we got lucky on this particular truck. This particular truck has an oil plug in, and it's right there. If you do not have a drain plug, what you want to do is loosen the back side of the pan slightly and slowly, and get your catch underneath there and let the oil drain. If you do have it up on lifts, it helps a little bit if you have the front lifted up, because it'll force that fluid out the back of the pan. We went ahead and pulled that plug, and the transmission fluid is draining out. Here's another quick tip. Check your owner's manual to make sure how much fluid you need to put back in. You put that plug back in, do not over torque it, just get it tight. If you over torque it, it can strip it out, and then you have a massive problem. So at this point, what we're going to do is go ahead and slowly remove all the bolts around the pan gasket. So now what we're using is an 8mm socket. You can go ahead and take your time with this. You don't need to be in a hurry. You don't want to strip anything out. And you always want to start at the back and work your way towards the front of the motor. All the residual oil will come out at this point. You can see he loosened one and it's starting to drain already.
Oh man, is that you?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, dude. That's bad.
So another really cool tool to have is a little tray like this. It's actually magnetic, and any bolt you pull out, you throw in there, and it sticks right to the bottom of it. You cannot lose it. Two things that you'll need when you go ahead and purchase your transmission filter. There's your transmission filter. You want to make sure that it comes with the gasket. If you do not replace that gasket, it can cause some pretty serious leaks. So always ask your retailer if your transmission oil filter actually comes with the gasket. So you want to leave a few bolts in the middle and the front as you drop it, because you don't want the residual oil that's left in the pan to bend your pan as it drops down. So next we're going to pull the transmission filter. The transmission filter should have a few bolts in it on the side. There's one here, one there, and one there. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull that pan gasket out.
Sometimes they have a magnet. That's what I'm looking for, was the magnet. There's a little bit of wear, but that's normal. That's just from clutches and things like that. But if there was excessive metallic in here, I'd be looking for going in and having it looked at by a professional. I'm just going to clean up this pan right now. I've got a parts washer, but if you don't have a parts washer at home, you can go ahead and use a wire brush. Don't get too aggressive with it, and a little bit of brake clean and or gasoline. Put a little bit of grease on here to help glue the gasket in place so I can set it up in there.
Alright, next what we're going to do is put that filter back in. You want to be careful that you line up the bolt holes. Alright, so we got the pan back on, and now what we're going to do is get into the transmission dipstick. You can see it's uncovered right there. Pulled the dipstick itself out. We'll put a funnel in there and pour our fluid in. Alright, that was it. Thanks for watching. We are Going to continue putting out a video each week. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to push the follow button. Follow us for future videos.